We're broadcasting live from day 2 of the World Urban Forum taking place in Cairo, and today marks the second day of dialogues. Workshops are going to center on various topics. Key to that is how these member states who are part of this forum find ways to address issues of urbanization, climate change and building adequate housing. The MEC for Free State, Mr. Saki Mokoena, is also attending the forum, and he'll be participating in topics such as housing for sustainable futures, cities and communities. MEC Saki, you are here this morning to participate in a topic that's going to focus on building sustainable houses back in South Africa. A key issue back in the Free State and also South Africa generally is the issue of rapid transformation. How then do we build sustainable housing when there's such an issue called rapid urbanization?
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. We look like the rest of the country. We are battling urbanization. We are battling the challenges that the whole world is experiencing. The need to move from a mere shelter provision that is not integrated to building communities that are, climatically sustainable, that are more resilient, that are more integrated in terms of the transport modes to reduce really our CO2 emission in terms of putting people in far-flung places as opposed to the areas where they live and work. So these are the issues that we are battling within the Free State. You will remember that we launched what we call smart cities earlier this year in the areas of Harrismith in Maruta Pofung, which are basically integrated developments that seeks to achieve climate sustainability and basically resilience and sufficiency, energy sufficiency, it is really part of us trying to embrace the paradigm shift that we are seeing throughout the world. So here, we are here to learn from the best experiences. We are here to see collaboration and investment in these areas that we're speaking about that are confronting us as a province. Yeah.
MEC, as we are trying as a country to build sustainable urban areas, sustainable cities, a huge issue we are currently facing is the issue of migration, where people are coming in, especially within our borders, and then they just come and build houses as and where they want. So at a time we are trying to build these healthy cities, sustainable cities, how big of a problem is the issue of migration, and are we yet at a stage where we're able to control it so that we can build the sustainable cities that we talk about?
We are sitting with a serious challenge. Remember, we are living across the border of Lesotho, and there's a quite serious challenge of migration from that part. But also we've seen a larger number of our people moving to cities from the farming communities or typically rural areas. And the influx is quite huge. Our medium cities are battling to cope with this. And as a result, we're playing a catch-up game. And playing a catch-up game means that you'll always fight to try to sustain your strategy in terms of where you place and settle your people, because they tend to place themselves all over, and that results in a serious catch-up. So we're sitting with a serious problem. We have moved from small towns to medium cities that typically are confronted with the type of challenges that are being addressed here. As a province, we've got a long way to go.
Then lastly, MEC, as we're trying to build sustainable cities, there also is the huge problem of slum formations where people just, as and where they want without title deed, to build slums as well. How big of a problem is this issue back in the Free State, and how does such forums where we see countries such as Brazil, which have slowly but surely moved from slums to more urbanized areas and sustainable housing for their country?
We've got a big problem, essentially, of informal settlements, where people just locate themselves all over. Mangaung has got a bigger problem. All the major cities in the Free State, from Machabeng to Maluti, Dihlabeng, Metsimaholo, are confronted with this type of a problem. Our biggest problem really is the speed with which we unleash development. We are seeking new technologies and ways to fast-track the construction of these communities in terms of the major networks on sewer as well as water, to make sure that they're connected, but also to build your top structures Once we can perfect that right, we should be able to play catch up. But seated here, I know that we are not coping with the numbers. We are seeing larger numbers of our people live in their farming communities, their rural areas, to much more urban centers, of course, and looking for better economic opportunities, because in rural areas things are changing, and sustainability of life is a bit more difficult compared to the past.
Lastly, MEC, as we now focus on a theme this year that called It All Starts at Home, what are you hoping to take as a take back, so that, as the theme says, that it all starts at home, you can take what is learned here from various member states, established and developed countries, and go and implement it back home in South Africa and the Free State?
Look, it has got to start with ourselves. It has got to start where we live, where our people are, to build this type of communities, settlements that are essentially productive, that enhances the quality of life, that then embraces climate sustainability and energy efficiency. And we have got to lead the way, and we hope that with the 2 smart cities that we've launched in the province, we are beginning to take those critical baby steps in the right direction. In any development we are taking forward, we will begin to embrace elements that will really become the cornerstone arising from this forum.
Well, that was the MEC for Human Settlement in the Free State, Mr. Saki Mokoena, speaking about the importance of this forum, saying that's going to play a critical role to learn skills from developed countries, and also to ensure that, as the many problems we are facing in terms of housing backlog, slum formation in various areas in the Free State, we take the knowledge gained here and implement it back home to build sustainable cities who are more resilient and able to last generationally. For now, it's back to you in studio.